Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. So we are MBA graduates from Amrita School of Business, Coimbatore. And the name of our paper is Business Model Canvas of Banking Industry Before and After Digitalization. And our mentors, our faculty, K. Hemamala ma'am. Okay, next. So in this presentation, we are going to cover abstract, introduction, research question, literature review, methodology, result, and discussion. Next slide, please. Okay, so about this paper, the motivation why we chose banking industry and business model is that when this pandemic came, almost like all of this industries were hit hard, but what we think was that the bank is an important part of our life. Like we do banking, so like we do. Require banking services more often, and like we can't go to the banks like previously we did, so this is important that banks use these digitalization and apps and sites so that customers can sit in their home comfortably and avail these services. So in this paper, we are combining digitalization, banking industry, and business model canvas. So next slide, please. Anjali, next slide.
Yeah. Have one slide. Is it visible now?
Yeah, okay, thank you. So we know that previously when digitalization was not really well established in banking sector, we know that we used to go to the banks for availing those services, be in a long queue and wait for so many hours there. And now we know that we can sit at a home, we can transfer the money, we can take loans, we can start a bank account just with the comfort, just being in a comfort of our homes. So in order to compare what helped, like how digitalization helped the banking industry to evolve, we are considering a business model canvas wherein we the like what are the things that we consider are the key partner, the change in key partners, and key activities, resources, value proposition, and customer relationship, channels, customer segments, cost structure, and revenue streams. So how these things changed, how these elements changed in the wave of digitalization is what we are going to see. And when we talk about banking industry and digitalization, we know it was started by fintech companies, and the banks eventually took it up, and like they started apps and sites wherein, as I said before, we can do the services from anywhere at any time within 2 or 3 minutes, which we were investing like more than hour or something like that, going to the banks. So this helped digitalization helped the banks to improve customer service and the efficiency of the process that they do. So it will eventually reduce human error, and it will increase the customer loyalty. And we can also say that now we are more comfortable to use banking services because of its ease of use. Next slide.
You can continue. I mean, it takes some time, I think. You can continue.
Okay, so the research question we are looking at is how business model canvas of banking sector transform in the wave of digitalization. So we here, as I told you before, the picture which I showed you in the previous slide is the business model canvas, and we are looking at how the things changed when digitalization got into this banking industry. Next slide. A methodology. So for this, what we did was how we collected data was from like in-depth interviews with office banking professionals, and also from secondary data collection. So the approach we went to was a multiple case study approach, wherein we took two case units and we compared the case study. So what we took was public banking sector and private banking sector. We collected the information from the AGM level employees from the banks. We talked to them, we collected information, and we backed it up with secondary data and literature review. So the primary data which we consider is the expert's opinion, like the employees of the bank. And then we also did a cross case analysis, like we made a case study of both public sector bank and private sector bank, and we kind of cross-examined and came to a conclusion. Next slide. This will be continued by Anjali. Thank you.
Thank you, Srilakshmi. So quickly moving on to the results and discussions. So traditional value chain of banking industry is replaced now with the integration of the digitalization in the supply chain. So obviously the key partners will be increasing as they can benefit from the participation in the financial open ecosystem. So when we talk about the transformation, we have to start from where there was a manual banking, and then came the computer era where each branch needed to summarize their each day transactions and then transmit to a floppy and then submit it. And then came the core banking, where all these the floppy things were avoided, and all branches are linked together, and people from anywhere or everywhere can access the bank. So now the bank is changing according to the customer and market request rather than giving just the basic service. Talking about the value proposition, the value perceived by customers, obviously it's bank, so value perceived will be money. But more than that, today in this world, it's the ease of use and instant process without delay. The bank is actually coming out of the mechanistic culture and opening up for innovations. So customers are provided with more interactive mechanisms like chatbot, personalization, etc. So here, I think it important to discuss about the customer relationship management software, which keeps track of the user information and gives users rapid access to email and other types of online contact. It works well for implementing the customer rewards and programs that boost the satisfaction and loyalty. So now with digitalization, banks provide updated information through online sites, apps, and even WhatsApp, and they also provide online webinars. Actually, webinars have been more important nowadays with the advent of pandemic, where the big customers cannot come to the office to the bank to know what's happening. So webinars are actually conducted now a lot. So earlier there used to be a bank employee or where who used to go for a face-to-face interaction with the customers, call them, and this was done for the customer interaction. But now we know, because of this pandemic and all those things, the face-to-face discussion is not that much effective. I mean, it's not good for the customers and for the employees also. So more online sites are no and more interactions through social media is coming up. And also with the AI and careful analysis of the banking sector has led to an increase in number of customers because of the services and the uh, improvement in the services given by the banking industry. So when we talk about the customers, digital solutions make it easier to maintain the marketing list. So the banks to reach a wider audience and to form a tighter bond with the tech savvy customers now. So earlier there was a working class or the people who are the pension people were the main targets because they are the people who have money. But nowadays even the kids, small kids also have bank account, and so the segment or the ease of bank has actually demographically it has been widened. The bank is a transformation route, so obviously there will be an increase in cost. The organization is getting ready for better digital capability, which would need them to reassign the task and retrain their employees to become more tech savvy, recruit more tech savvy people. So these all need a huge amount of money. So of course the cost is increasing, but when you look into the other side, when the revenue is also increasing because of this much things, more segments are coming, so revenue is also increasing. One of the biggest cost consuming in banking is the training sector. You have lots of training centers of bank, especially in SBI. You have all, even my friend actually who just joined as they in February had a food plus training center program. So these are not a huge cost, but in future these trainings will also happen online. So moving on to the discussion part quickly. So what we see is more team driven decisions has to be taken and allowed to interact with the changing marketing conditions needed. So now the banking is not just about money counting. As earlier I said, more innovation is needed. And banks should come out with mechanistic, no, come out of the mechanism zone and possibly do something which so that this fintech companies don't get over, because now most of the customers prefer fintech companies because of this ease, and also the bank should have more innovation in them. Bank should give the customers more flexible function in financial and non-financial products, as they are the most important resource for the bank. Early, if I want to see, I'll move on to the next because of the time constraint. Use of social media is also bit less by the banking nowadays. So more in social media interactions needed. And now, why we don't have digitalization fully? We have not fully automated. Why? The answer is one, bank now has a difficulty in facilitating demand that connects seller with money via channels chosen by the customer. So demand is actually more and complex, and competition with the fintech is also very high. So more time and resources will be needed. Introduction of new product is a bit challenging to automate, and also the government formalities, especially in the public sector banks, are still having paperwork to be done. So that is also a drawback. And thirdly, and the most important is cyber attack, where the cyber threats are still pulling people behind to especially the pensioners. They are still reluctant to move on with the giving their ID password to the people, to the website, unknown website, and going on. So they still prefer, even this pandemic, there are people who come into the banks and inquire about their accounts. So this these are three important things which have actually not made them becoming bank to be automated. So in future there will be, I think, we believe there will be a time when there will not be any brick mortar business, bank where you can go and take service. Everything will be digitalized, and um, we'll have a free, a very easy mode of transactions, etc. So with this, I would like to conclude our presentation, and thank you for being a part of it. Thank you.
Thank you for your